Welcome to all of you to another amazing USA Sunday Morning Inspiration Program. I will be your host with the most, Mandla. Thank you to all who are joining us on Zoom and on Facebook. It is a pleasure to have you here. Today we have a very special guest who goes by the name of His Holiness Bhakti Carudesna Swami. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you again for joining us. It is a pleasure to have your association.
It is a pleasure and honor to be with you this morning for second time. My greeting to His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada, His Holiness Bhakti Maharaj, His Holiness Srila Krishna Maharaj, all the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis, all the organizer of this WUSA, this morning inspiration program, very nice program. So I was contacted by His Grace Savataji Prabhu last week, a few days ago, about this program. So I think we are here. Here we are. Hare Krishna. Thank you. So I think the topic is. You sent me different topics. I selected higher tests. Yeah. So we try our best to say something on this topic. Om Jnanam Chimradasya Jnana Salakaya Chakshu Minitam Yinatasma Shri Gurave Namaha. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So once again, I'm happy to be with you this morning for this Vaishnava Sangha. We are trying to develop this topic, the higher taste. Yes, so if we are mentioning higher taste, means we have lower taste. Yeah, we have a higher taste, we have a lower taste, and we have a medium taste. So higher taste is the best, of course. Yeah. In Bhagavad Gita, as it is, there's one verse there mentioned talking about higher taste. The Vishaya Vinivartante Nirahasya Dhina Rasa Barjam Raso Pisya Param Ditva Nivatati. So the embodied soul may be restricted to sense enjoyment, sense gratification. But if you engage in transcendental activities, you can cease to engage in such activities. By such engagement, by experience higher tastes, we can be fixed in the proper consciousness. Yes. So we are trying to discuss today how to be the platform of higher tastes, of the highest taste. So when we are coming from the lowest tastes to medium taste and to higher tastes. Yes, because this life is about desires, especially material desires, mundane desires. Just like any child, when we are all child, we have different kind of very low tastes. Actually, those tastes, according to our consciousness, they were not low, but based on our consciousness, we enjoy those things. Biscuits, ice cream, playing on the ground, moving here and there. That was very tasteful for us when we were a child. But as time goes, we start dropping certain tastes naturally. Why? Because our consciousness is growing. So we cannot no longer keep, remain attached to those low tastes anymore. That's why in our whole life, actually, the human life is to attain the highest taste. Otherwise, we will remain in the animalistic platform. Karma kanda, Bhagavad Gita speak about karma kanda. Karma kanda means enjoying our senses, not thinking who we are, where we're coming from, who is God. No, just enjoying. No, anything we get for our own satisfaction. No plan for next life, nothing. Karma kanda. Yes, but we are no more child. We can also be child in terms of spiritual activities also. Yeah. So Bhagavad Gita explain the 5 levels of consciousness. 5 levels of consciousness, from low grade to 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. They're called Mayas. We have Anamaya, we have Pranamaya, we have Janamaya, we have Vijanamaya, we have Anandamaya. Different level of consciousness. The Anamaya means we are depending in our life. We depend on food. We are conscious, very conscious on food only. Our existence is based on food. This is animal consciousness. No? When animals wake up, from the morning till the night before they sleep, the whole business is to get food. Not going to church, not going to temple, not doing Japan, not doing sadhana, nothing. Only food. So if you remain at that platform, then we are just sophisticated animals. Srimad Bhagavatam mentioned about Narapashu, in animal with 2 legs. Yeah, we have a human form, but consciousness is animal. Well, because it depends only on food, which is also present in the animal kingdom. Eating, mating, sleeping, defending. These are basic activities in our life. But animals also are doing that. So it is also very wonderful to remain at that platform. You need to develop another taste. And second is Pranamaya. And Pranamaya, we start realizing the truth in life forms. Then we start feeling the presence of symptom of God in different forms, in trees, in animals, in all living entities. Start moving, growing. We can see God is present in everything, in every form. That's very good. Although it's low, but that can help us to transcend things like racism, nationalism, sectarism, things like that. Because we can see the presence, we can see the absolute truth in everything, in every form. Then the third one is the Jnanamaya. Jnanamaya means we start thinking, we start feeling, we start willing. We are rising gradually. We are rising above animalistic platform. Start thinking, to think. Now we start applying our mind and intelligence. Start feeling. Yeah, see something it's not good. We feel it. See, those can kill. They can do all kind of things without feeling. They are still in the lowest grade. But that feeling and thinking and willing, this is jhana, knowledge, become knowledgeable. Our consciousness is growing. Yes. You don't just grow with the age. Grow with age from 5 years old, 10 years old, 20 years old, 30 years old. What about the consciousness? Is it growing also? No. Now we have a Vijnana Maya. Vijnana Maya is very important. It's from there real spiritual life starts. Because we, at that level, we can make a difference between the mind, the body, intelligence, and the self. Then the mind and life symptoms are distinguished from the living entity himself. That level, now you say, I'm not the body. Many people, many spiritual organizations, even many devotees also, we say, yeah, these are our motto. I'm not the body. It's very easy to say. I'm not the body. But how many of people saying that realize it? Because before realizing it, must rise above dependence on food, must rise above just start feeling the presence of God in every form. It must rise above thinking, feeling, and willing. Then we start thinking, yes, actually, me, the soul, the living entity, I'm different from the body, I'm different from the intelligence, I'm different from the mind. There is a clear difference between those things. Huh? Now, the last level is, Anandamaya. Anandamaya means, Anandamaya is another form of Krishna, which one, the source of pleasure. Anandamaya, source of bliss. So when we get our satisfaction from this satisfaction of God, Anandamaya, to the Supreme Lord. When we get our satisfaction, our pleasure, by devoting devotion service to please Krishna, to please the Supreme Lord, then we can say that we are at the level of Ananda Maya. So you see, beginning I said that the Bhagavad Gita said that there is a Param Drisva Nirvatati, that there is a higher taste. So must grow, develop our consciousness in such a way that we come to a level where we develop higher taste. Otherwise, it's not possible. It's not possible to enjoy life. It's not possible to live with a free karma life. Our life is based on action and reaction. Yes. So if we saw something, you should not be surprised that we are going to reap it. Yeah. Yes. So that if you sow good action, then of course we will reap good results, good reaction. Yes. So many 16th chapter of Bhagavad Gita from the verse 37 to 39. It is explained the different type of happiness also. We want happiness, which is good. It's a fact. We want joy, we want harmony, we want bliss, we want everything good in our life. But how and when and where and why do you get that pleasure, happiness? How do you get that pleasure, that happiness? When to get it? Where? See, so these three verses, Bhagavad Gita chapter 16, 37, 38, 39. No, the happiness in ignorance is like It's like the beginning is very bitter, it's poisonous. Beginning till the end. It brings laziness, it brings illusion, brings sleep, it brings our consciousness very, very, very low. This is happiness in the mode of ignorance. Some people are on that level, they're happy at that level. Then happiness in the mode of passion. That is from the to the senses in contact with the sense objects. That is like nectar in beginning, but poison at the end. Passion means, yes, I want to have this thing now, no matter what, by hook or by crook. I want that thing. I want that money. I want that position. I want this car. I want it now. No time to consider anything. I want it now. And anything on my path that want to prevent me to have access to that or to what I want, I must do something about that. This is happiness in a passion. Then happiness in goodness, which is better. This is in the beginning is bitter. Very bitter. It's like poison. Difficult to when you start our spiritual life. It's not easy. You need to do some tapasya in the beginning. We have to avoid some things, like we have to follow the regulatory principles. We have to learn how to wake up early. Although at that time, that's 3:30, 4:30 is good time to sleep before, but we start making some sacrifices. But this is painful in the beginning, but at the end, it will be very enjoyable. It will be blissful, because we will develop, our love for Godhead, our love for Krishna. That we will develop. We come to the level of our real, nature. That's to love and serve the Lord. So these are the three type of happiness. So to develop higher tastes is the journey. First of all, you must select those who are having higher tastes themselves already. So to develop higher tastes is, first of all, to make a decision that yes, I want to go higher. I want to stop this low taste business. And for that purpose, we need to associate with those who have higher taste. Tell me who you associate with, I'll tell you who you are. Yes, you cannot just dream, you cannot just be in the mind platform that yes, I want to be a good person. I want to stop smoking. I want this, I want that. But yes, you want to do that, then apply the technology. Our Gurudev Srila Bhakti Maharaj created something in America. He call it I Fast, an institute. Yes, Institute for Applied Spiritual Technology. Institute for Applied Spiritual Technology. Yes. Okay. We want to have higher tests. Then what's next thing? Do we remain as we are? Do we remain with the same environment, the same friends, the same mindset, the same type of music you listen, the same friend on Facebook, the same? No, you don't remain the same. You have to change. You have to make a change, a revolution in the consciousness. And when that revolution is serious and sincere, then automatically our environments will change, our friend will change, our taste will change, everything will change automatically. But you don't just dream, you don't just read a book or don't just do meditation. Yes, I want to develop a higher taste. Yes, there's a process. Must approach those who already have that higher taste. And in the association, yeah, brother, you can learn from them how to remain, at that level. No, Srila Prabhupada, when he went to America, everyone knows that he make hippies to happies. They were taking so many all kind of things to be happy, drugs, so many things to be happy. Although they were coming from very aristocratic family, very rich families, but they were not happy, in the families. They left all this opulence to go and stay in streets, taking drug and LSD and things like that. So Prabhupada told them, look, I'm going to give you something that will bring you higher and you will stay there. You're not going to get down again. Higher taste. This is a mantra. Yeah. So the higher taste is very, very important, because if you don't develop higher taste, then the tendency is that we always develop very low, type of consciousness, very low grade of friendship, very low grade. Everything we do will be very, very low grade, very low. Yes. So we must learn how to develop that taste. The example is given here in another verse of Bhagavad Gita, that is 2:44. Bhogeshwaryam prakasatnanam means those people whose mind is too much attached to sense gratification and too much material opulence. They cannot develop the resolution, the determination to serve the Lord. They cannot develop the determination to serve and worship the Lord very strongly, without fail. Yeah. Yes. They can be devotees, they can worship the Lord, but that determination will not be there. If there is small issue, they can go back to the normal position as sense gratification. Yeah. So again, to develop higher taste from this verse 2:44, that those mind are too much attached to sense gratification, to sense enjoyment, they cannot have that strong determination to worship the Lord. Okay, then the choice is ours. Who do we select as friend? It's very, very important. Who do we select as friend? Our friend that we are selecting, does he have higher taste, or is he even lower than us? Yeah. So association is very important. Srila Prabhupada gave the example of associating with somebody who have a contagious disease. The contagious disease means if you approach that person will transfer his disease to you. Same way, if you associate with advanced, pure devotees, strong devotees, those devotees who are very, 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 very serious very strong sadhana, they can, you know, uplift us. They can raise us above from lower platform to higher platform. Yes. So we have to select everything we do. We cannot just come overnight. To develop higher taste does not come overnight, not by accident, by practice, rigorous practice, continuous practice, without fail. Always checking, who am I associated with? Am I associating with? Yes, taste is not, you don't just taste food or juice. It tastes life itself. You can taste it. If you are happy all the time, then life is good. Yeah. So we learn from experience that if someone is not happy, that person cannot give happiness. That's what we are seeing now in this world. Some people are very gloomy, very unhappy, very distressed, very stressed. They're proposing peace. They're proposing peace to people. How is it possible? I think I don't have a $1,000. No, even let's say $10. I don't have it, and I'm proposing to give, $1,000 to somebody. I myself, I don't have it. I don't have it. See, I don't have that higher taste. I cannot give it to others. So that's why those who are seeking for higher taste, they have to go to those who already have it. It is not just listening to a class or listening to a conference, attending a conference or a seminar. Seminar is like, or class is like, or a conference. It's like the theoric aspect of the thing. We have to go to the practical aspects, living with those, it is called Sangha. That's why in the Vedic time, the children, they were sent to Gurukulas. Gurukulas at the age of 5. So they will live with the Guru. Actually, it is to say that whatever we say, we learn it, we can stay. If it says something, people can remember 50%. But if you do something, people remember it as 70%. So living with those people who have already, developed the higher taste is a solution. Yeah. I'll quote Gurudev Srila Bhakti Carudesna Maharaj. He said in one of his book, Spiritual Warrior, that is very the contradiction that today, people of today, they want peace, harmony, bliss, but they engage in violent food. They engage in violent wars, violent drinks, violent music, violent dress, violent politics, even violent religion. Yes. So they bring unhappiness for themselves and for the society. Everything to do is violent. Violent, even dress. Whatever they drink is violent. The music they listen to is violent. The religion is violent. No. Politics, everything's violence. Then we create a society of unhappy people. Individually, not happy. Collectively, not happy. Yes, because we are having very, very low type of desires. So this has something to do with desire. Yes. So long we keep, our low great desires, then we cannot develop higher tastes. Yeah, so it's very important. It's very important. People want peace, but there's a price for that. There's a price for that. I want to make one last quote. It's very interesting. That is also the Bhagavad Gita, 1654. Brahma Bhuta Paranasmatma. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Very nice. That will explain everything in detail. Yeah, it says one who is thus transcendentally situated at once realizes the Supreme Brahman. He never laments nor desire to have anything. He is equally disposed to every living entity. In that state, he attends pure devotional service. See, the point here says proper. It says in the translation. He never laments nor desire to have anything. He is equally disposed to every living entity. In that state, he attends pure devotional service. He never laments or desire to have anything. He is equally disposed, to every living entity. He never laments, never desire. So our business in this world, material world, is to lament and to desire. We lament on unnecessary things, and we desire all kind of things. Actually, the barometer of our joy, our pleasure, is whatever the man proposed. If I want to eat this thing, mean it's good. No checking. Yeah. So we have so much desires, very, very low grade desires, and we lament for the past necessarily. And that brings, it said, then we are equally disposed to every living entity. Equally disposed means, yes, the real sense, that is the real sense of, rising above nationalism. I said it again, nationalism, tribalism, all the kind of things, all kind of ism. Otherwise, we will theoretically write something about on harmony and peace, but it cannot be effective. Cannot be effective. So this topic is very interesting because unless we develop higher taste, we will always remain at that low level. Then you cannot be happy. And if you are not happy, then we cannot make others happy. See, so this society needs happy and peaceful people. We need to be peaceful to practice our Krishna consciousness, our spiritual activities very nicely, and get out from this material universe. This is not our real, abode, our real position. Yes. So we need to develop that higher test by associating with those who are already at that level, those who are already attained, those who have already reached that higher test. In the term of Krishna consciousness, is called Sadhu Sangha. Sadhu Sangha. You are with a smoker, will be a smoker sooner or later. You work with a drunkard, you will drink sooner or later. One day you can say, okay, let me just take one glass, one glass, but today only. Next day, let's take 2 glasses, like that. Okay. Yeah. So I think the Prabhuji who speaking, he said that there is one question after 45 minutes.
Yes, Maharaj, 45 minutes, and then we have about 15 minutes for questions.
Okay. What is it? What is time now?
It's right at that time.
Oh.
Yes. Yes. Thank you so much, Maharaj. Thank you. That was a beautiful talk. If anyone has any questions or comments for Maharaj, please do post them in the chat, or you can raise your hand. We have quite a few. Gopijana Das has a question. You can unmute yourself and ask Maharaj.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Please accept my humble obeisance. All glory to Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
I've got 2 questions. I hope you don't mind. My first question would be, in your practical experience, what would be the best ways to strictly follow our vows? And then the second question would be how to be really determined, against all challenges, against whatever our relatives might say about our practice, and to be determined to do something great for Krishna. Yeah, those are my 2 questions. Thank you.
Thank you. How to make sure we keep on following our vows, right? Yes. See, first of all, we have to make a reasonable vows, not just make vows that are too high for us. If you make big vows, then we cannot follow. It's not good. So make vows that you can really follow. But okay, like the 4 regulative principles, these are. Srila Prabhupada said that those who cannot follow that, they are still at to be a real human being at the beginning, to follow these principles. Then after that, the other vows can come, no problem. But that's the basic one. But to keep our vows, you can be very determined. But if you are alone in our small corner, it will be difficult. Again, that's why it's very important, to associate with those who are already developed that, strong, those who are really fixed in their practices. Sometimes the man can say, "Oh, this thing you are doing is very difficult. Now you are vegetarian. You're going to be sick. Your friends, colleagues, they will talk, and because we are not strong, then we drop it." So you have to stay with those who are confident. They can encourage you. Yeah, it's very important. Association is very important. And your second question is, can you remember?
How to be determined amongst challenges that might come in life, whatever family relatives might talk, but especially how to be determined to do something great for Krishna.
Yeah. Same thing also. To be determined is also to stay with those who have that strong determination. Strong determination. We have to have a fixed goal. Bhagavad Gita explained that, says Vyavasikat Buddhi. The mind is resolute, fixed on one object, one goal, to attain our goal. Yes, because if you don't do that, then the tendency is to relax. Yeah, that is tendency, because we fall in this material world long time ago, long time. So this practice of Krishna consciousness or spiritual activity is like something new. It's not very natural for us. So it's like reprogramming our brain, our consciousness. No, we have to reprogram the brain. The brain is already programmed for material life. Then we decide to be a devotee, then we have to make a new programmation. Yes, we have to change everything. By doing that, we need some experts. Those who have experts. Computer, if your computer has some default, yes, go and give it to someone who can manipulate it nicely for you. This brain, this head is like computer. So many things are not working properly now. This brain. Understand? So we need an expert to help us to fix things, in our brain. So again, it's same thing to have a nice association with nice devotees, advanced devotees. Then they can bring us. Association means, you see, the secret of association is that when two people they meet, it's always one must draw the other one to his club. Okay, if they are the same mentality or consciousness, that's okay. But no matter how the situation is, one must bring another one to his club. Like you and me, we are talking. If I stay with you for 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month, either I develop your tendencies, either you develop my tendencies. You understand? So you choose who you want to associate with. Yeah, if you associate with someone who's lower than you, he will bring you low. So you need to select those who are more advanced. Okay, it's very important. Thank you.
Thank you, Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Maharaj, we also have a question from Lakshmana Das. Lakshmana Das, you can unmute yourself and ask the question.
Okay, Hare Krishna, Guru Dev. Please accept my humble obeisance.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Please, my question is, you spoke about association. Please forgive if my voice is not that good. I'm on my way to the temple. So you spoke about association, and mostly I'm outside the temple. I only go to the temple basically maybe Friday, Sundays. So how do I also associate myself with good devotees? Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Very good. You see, in the broad sense of association, it's not only when you meet devotees, then we talk about Sangha. Sadhu Sangha, you can associate with sadhus through book. When you take, for instance, Srimad Bhagavatam, we have a lot of personalities there. We have Vidura, we have Maitreya Rishi, we have Sukadeva Goswami, we have many saintly persons in the Nanda Muni. Bhagavad Gita, we have Arjuna, we have Krishna himself. Yes, we have Srila Prabhupada. So by reading constantly is another way of associating with the pure devotees. Then when we come to temple, then you can increase it more. But if you don't, like for instance, you don't live in the temple, so it doesn't mean that you are never going to associate with somebody. No, you can still associate with sadhus and pure souls through the book. As I mentioned, when you open your Srimad Bhagavatam, a lot of personalities are there. A lot. Yes. No, you take Krishna books, so many personalities are there. Any book of Srila Prabhupada, first of all, Prabhupada himself is there. By reading Srila Prabhupada books, we are associating directly with Srila Prabhupada. And any book that you read, those personalities in that book, you are associated with them. That's why it's very important. Whatever book you read, you develop that consciousness, propagate it in that book. You know, if the book is lower standard, then your consciousness will be lower standard. Yes. So yeah, it's not necessary that we have to be in the temple every day. Our activities cannot allow us to do that. Okay, but the little time you have must always keep our good association with, you know, good activities, like reading all the time, you know, praying all the time, doing nice sadhana all the time. Very important. Now, when you are in that mindset, then when you go to the temple, it will be easy for you to select, you know, to select those who are advanced. Otherwise, if you don't have that minimum, that basic standard at home, then you can associate with anybody. You know, in a temple in ISKCON, we have different level devotees. No, we have Kanistas, we have Madhyamadikaris, we have Uttamas. Yes, so at least that minimum should be there. Individually, everybody must have this background of spiritual association. That way, when you go to temple, that'll be okay. Is that okay?
Thank you, Maharaj. We also have a question in the chat from Jagat Bandhu Das Prabhu. He asks, what should one do if the temple you go to has a lot of conflicts, and once you go there to associate with the devotees, you get involved in the conflicts? Do you think it's safe to go to such a center for association?
Yeah. Yes, thank you. Yes, well, what to do if you go to a temple where there is so much conflict? See, this question was asked to, I remember my spiritual master, he asked this question to Srila Prabhupada. What to do if, in assembly of devotees, so many bad examples, this, that, things are not in proper, direction. And he said, yes, you can see that things are not properly situated, but your duty is to make things proper. You have to be the change that you want to see. Yeah, I'm saying it's just philosophical. It's not easy. Yes, but if you there is a place or a temple or a institution, and we see that there are too much conflict. First, I think in our ISKCON we have what is called Istagosti. Yeah, Istagosti, and we have to solve issues based on our philosophy. You don't just solve issues anyhow. We have acharyas, we have sadhu, we have everything, we have the scriptures. We have to solve our issues based on those things. Yeah, so try to avoid the conflicts altogether is not good also. Try to put your input, your effort. Try to do what you can do. But if it is not it's not possible, then you can keep on your own side and pray. See, one thing, why there is an atom of devotional service. We have 9 activities, no? Shraddha, Shravana, Kirtanam, etc. Then one of them is Vandanam. Vandanam prayer. Sometimes devotees, we don't understand what is Vandanam. Vandanam means to pray. Sometimes we can be in an incapacity of doing something. We want to do something. We are willing to do that thing. But in the present environment, on the present situation, that situation is above our capacity, above our competence. Then what next? Next is to pray. Because what? Krishna listening. Sometimes we miss our goal. Krishna is there. He's watching everything. Then pray to him. Okay, this is the situation. I cannot do because I'm not authority. I'm not in the position to change anything. Please, this is the solution. Do something. Yes, prayer is there. Vandanam. Yes, must pray. Well, if we cannot do ourselves, we pray. Okay?
Thank you, Maharaj. If you would indulge me, two last questions. One from Jambavandas Prabhu. You're more than welcome to unmute and ask.
Hare Krishna, Maharaj. Hare Krishna. Good to see you, as usual. Hare Krishna. Maharaj, I have a realization and a question. On what the Prabhu was asking before with conflicts happening in the temple, what I found is that when I was staying in the temple, when there was conflicts or when there was clashes or political whatever, every time when we did the service or did the kirtan or did the harinam, all of that stuff dissipates. And then you find you can talk about it after that. That's the one. Number two is, what is that exact type of knowledge that Krishna shows to you only after you do the work? Because it's like intuition and ego. Ego wants to know, and then intuition is like, no, let me just do the service. And then through that it happens, and then everyone is happy. What is that type of like knowledge that you get from that, or that realization that you don't feel so angry anymore, you don't feel so anymore?
Yeah, you said it yourself. See, it's the matter of platform. If you are in a platform B, I mean bodily conception, those things arises, conflicts, enmities, like that. And you said when you do kirtan and you do some spiritual activities, and you rise above the material, platform. Understand? So it's like that. When we remain devoted, sometimes we can be spaced out. we remain on the modern platform. Then we see differences. This is body, this is black, this is red. We see differences. But on the transcendental platform, we are all equal. We are all spiritual soul. Why can we just stay there all the time? So your realization is very good. So when you get on from that standard, then again conflict arises. So why don't staying all the time at that level of doing kirtan and things like that? Because as soon as we stop doing those things, then Maya enters. There are always two things. Maya is there, Krishna is there. The absence of Krishna is Maya. You cannot, separate Maya from Krishna. Maya is always there. It's like a shadow. When there is an object as a projection, that is the shadow. Whatever the objects does as movements, the shadow also do the same. But the shadow is not real. The object is real. The shadow is not real. You see. So it's good realization. I also have the same thing also. Many times we have there's one verse in Srimad Bhagavatam, the conflict between Indra and Prithu Maharaj. Yes. In that purport, Prabhupada said that conflict may arise, but due to our Krishna consciousness, we can arise above those conflicts and come together. This material body, when you are in that level, see, this is a body from America, this is a body from England, this is a body from South Africa. Even in South Africa, we can see different tribes also, like that. But if you rise above, rising above doesn't mean you take a chair or a ladder and go and sleep on the top of the house. Rather above means your consciousness become higher. Then you transcend those things. Otherwise, conflicts is Maya. Conflicts like illusion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you.
Yes.
Pronounce.
Thank you so much, Maharaj. The very last question will be from me. I wanted to ask, what can we say or do for people who seem to be happy with their lower tastes, who seem to genuinely believe that their lower tastes are enjoyable?
Yes. See, that is thing is sharing. If you share, they feel that their lower taste is okay with them. Yes, that's the problem. But if you share something with them, then they themselves they will not say, "Hey, look, I was thinking that this my pleasure was the topmost, but actually we have other things." Yeah, this is about sharing. So if you as I said, the first question, in any type of association, there's always exchange there's always conflict of vibrations. See, so if my vibration is not stronger, then I will take the vibration or the other one. Yes, someone may be happy at the level he is, but if our vibration is stronger, then you will feel that, yeah, look, my desire is very low. I need to change. Yeah, because if the same people like himself, he will always be happy that yes, okay. But if you start associating with those who have higher level of consciousness, then himself, you realize that yes, actually, what I'm thinking that I'm in a good position, actually I'm wrong. Yes, but don't what do you call it? Must do it in the subtle way. Otherwise, the more you try to tell him that you are in a level consciousness, he'll be angry. So just give him things, give him prasad, bring him to temple, discuss something with him. Then gradually, you will understand and change. Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much, Maharaj. It was a pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for your association. Give any closing words? That would be lovely.
Hare Krishna, this is a very nice program. I can see that this platform is mainly conducted by youths. Very interesting. These occupy devotees, younger devotees, like preparing the future generation. So I'm always happy whenever I'm invited. So the only thing is to do is just encourage you and for you to continue. You are doing a very nice service, nice job. Please keep it up. Hare Krishna.